The Pareto principle has some of the most ubiquitous applications across various sectors. It is also known as the 80-20 rule. What does this really mean? It means that 80% of your output actually comes from 20% of your effort. If you apply this to the business context, it means that 80% of your sales outcome actually depends on 20% of your product lines, your SKUs, and so forth. Personally, you can also apply the Pareto principle to your personal finance, to your personal decision-making processes. But think about it. What if we applied the Pareto principle to the Pareto principle? So what happens if you apply the Pareto principle to the Pareto principle? What happens if the 80-20 rule is applied to the 80-20 rule? We get an outstanding, profound effect called the Pareto Multiplier. Let's have a closer look. So if we look at the effort equation, it will read like 20% of 20% of 20%, which gives us 0.8%. And if we look at the results equation, 80% of 80% of 80% would give us 51.2%. What this translates into is that over 50% of your output is produced by less than 1% of your efforts. Think about it. If you apply this to your business as well, you would realize that over 50% of all your sales outcome is produced by less than 1% of efforts. If you take a typical work day, you can apply the Pareto multiplier. There are some of us who are early risers who get a lot of things done early in the morning. Others gradually get into the groove of work around the midday, thereabouts. And of course, there are people who get into the final gear, get into the end of the day. With this Pareto multiplier in mind, it is crucial that you ask yourself certain key questions when you are performing any task or when you are trying to motivate your sales team to get better yields or conversion rates, etc., etc. One of the key questions you want to ask is, what are the most critical activities that I need to focus my time and energy on in order to get the intended results? How do I apportion my time, my efforts? And you also want to ask yourself, what are the needed behaviors, mindsets, and attitude that are required to produce this 50% output that we are looking at? Remember that there are a set of activities that you would want to focus your efforts on, but those activities can only be implemented when there's a certain kind of mindset, drive, and tenacity to produce the intended results. When you are running a business, you can use the Pareto multiplier to actually identify what are the key activities that I need to focus my limited resources on to produce whatever outcome I'm looking at. Remember that resources in general are scarce. If you're running a business, you don't have unlimited funds, you do not have unlimited time, you do not have unlimited human resources. So it is expedient that you focus on the key critical activities as well as the critical outcomes that are essential for your business to be a going concern. So the Pareto multiplier enables you to drill down on the essential targets, essential activities, as well as the essential behavior or mindset that is needed to drive those efforts to meet whatever goal or target that you have. The Pareto multiplier can be extended to your personal life. For example, if you are looking at building a stronger social capital, you ask yourself, what can I do to ensure that the people that surround me bring me the most joy, the most sense of purpose, and the most sense of well-being? In this case, we would have what we call a multiplier for friendship. You'll be looking at Who are the people that I can curate within my inner circle who can help me either grow as a person, grow as an individual, or grow as a professional? You can apply the Pareto multiplier to your health and have a multiplier for health. What are the outcomes that I need in terms of my health? Do I need to either lose weight? Do I need to adapt a good, healthy eating habit? Do I need to exercise more? And then you ask yourself that, what are some of the key activities that I can do on a daily basis to ensure that I meet my health goals? It is those small steps that you take on a daily basis that produces more than 50% of the outcome you are looking for. The Pareto multiplier goes both ways. You can apply it to the positive things in your life as well as the negative things. So you'd realize that 50% of your happiness comes from 1% of your life, and also 50% of all your misery comes from less than 1% of your life. So it's important to strike a balance between how you spend your time. The people you spend your time with, no matter how small it is, would produce an exponential outcome. In this case, more than 50%. The things, the books, the media, information, whatever it is that you tend to spend a lot more time on would produce a certain kind of result, be it negative or positive, or it would reinforce some of your already existing biases. So be careful how you use your time. In conclusion, the Pareto multiplier ensures that we focus on the most important things, activities, and the most important people in our lives. If there's the need for you to delegate, you need to do so that you as a team leader, as a manager, or as an entrepreneur can focus on the most critical things that can produce the intended goals. So the next time you are making that critical decision, the next time you are thinking of doing something, think about the Pareto multiplier so that you can be guided to make the most effective and efficient decisions. Thank you for joining me in this episode of PKBinspire, and definitely I'll come your way with another exciting episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you, and catch you in the next one.